Ale. I'm drinking wine and I've come to make a video. I had a few ideas in my head, but the idea I'm going to explain is a self-centered one. It's basically about my position, and I'm just wondering, is anyone else in such a dire position as I am? Like, it's like my life since, I don't know, the age of 33, 34, 35, I don't know. Maybe even sooner than that. The only point of it is, or has been since then, is just to sit around waiting to die. Like, that's how bad it's become. I'm not even joking. I'm not even asking for sympathy. My life is so effing fucking shit. Can you swear on YouTube? That I'm just literally... It's like I might as well put a fucking sign in the wall, like a calendar, just X number of days to death. Like, that's the point. Like, there's not much going on. It's like empty. I have any goal that comes into my head is shot down immediately because it's not achievable. It's just like, fuck, what's the point? The idea of a goal coming into my head just causes heart pain, like any goal, because it's going to be shot down immediately. It's not going to be achieved, or the situation's so bad that achieving its ability to be achieved is so low, or the compromise of that achievement is so undesirable that the thought of it brings immediate pain. So any desire is followed by heart pain. You know, like the basic desires, the basic drives you have in your life. So desire to have friends, desire to have a wife, children, shit like that. A job that you like doing and won't get fired from because, you know, you said something anti-woke. You know, a desire not to be judged by social status, and family and stuff like that. None of it exists in my life. Like, I've had girls cut things off because I didn't speak to my parents. I don't really speak to them because I've no friends. They've found out and, you know, cut me off. So it's like, you sort of need friends. You need a Facebook. You need social proof, it's what they call it, just to be accepted. But if you don't have it, you're not going to get it. And once you fall into a trap, then it's impossible to get out of it, because then friendship then seems like they're doing charity work. You know what I mean? That's the way it becomes. Even though, like, you know, you're in a position where you're teaching them or helping them, like, they're gaining more from the social outcome. Let's say it's in the gym or like other factors. Even though that's the case, because you're like a pariah, it's still not in your favor. You know what I mean? And there's nothing like you have to be like 8, 9, 10 out of 10 looks wise for that not to have such a severe effect on you. Whereas I'm obviously not 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 looks, especially since I lost my hair. And then, like, going out, it's just like, the thought of going out tonight is just, you know, what's the point? You go out, you stand, look at people you don't like, music's horrible, you know, you're too old for this, you're 38, you should be sitting at home with a wife and children, thinking about how they're doing, not going out into a meat market to suffer music you can't stand and look at people who make you sick just for the small chance of finding some girl who may even end up, getting a one night stand from, but it's going to not be pretty because the girls left at the end of the night aren't the best looking. It's like going out now is just not a place to pull women. You have to dance, you have to be extroverted, you have to be unserious, you have to put on a fake smile. At my age, and after studying for so long and writing, that's the last thing I want to do. It's just so fake. It's unauthentic. It's, plague to the soul. It's like kitsch. It's just like shopping in Aldi. I don't know. It's just plastic. Everything about it is disgusting. So the thought of going out is just shot down. No way, you're not going out. So what do I do then? I don't know. Just relax, have a wine by yourself. But by yourself, then you start craving a woman. Like you start looking at your own life. Why is it so bad? How did it get this way? What's the way out? There's no way out. So why think about it? What else am I going to think about? There's nothing to think about. Yeah, these are the drives. The drives come into your head. There's no way of getting these basic physiological drives out of your head. They have to be satiated. But you can't satiate them. Or you maybe can with certain people you don't want to be near. Or the effort that's required. Or the amount of rejections that you're going to face for the possibility for it to come about is just not worth it anymore. So what do you end up doing? Well, I end up sitting there drinking wine, counting down the days to death. Sometimes I pass it away with chess. And I go to the gym. But there's no women in the gym. And the ones that go there aren't very pretty. And people don't talk to women in the gyms anyway. It's just the atmosphere is so disgusting. It's for a moment in time, people look at me and go, oh wow, he's strong. And that's it. Then go get food. And then go back to my shit life. There's a loneliness epidemic on at the minute. In men, apparently. Like, I don't know how it is for other men. Like, I'm rating people, biologically and stuff like that. From my social groups that I've been in, like, I haven't always been in this way. I was popular before, relatively. I used to have Facebook, lots of friends on it, got it deleted, banned off it. And it was always relatively easy to get women for a certain period, some dry spells, obviously. But the point is, I'm like, not like, girls tell me I'm good looking. And when I was working in the bar recently, like, I had girls ask for my phone number, but they weren't asked for the other man's phone number. So I'm obviously not that ugly. And I'm relatively talented. Like, I can pick up anything in 2 seconds. I've got guitar videos. I got level 8 in one year in guitar. You can see the videos. It takes me 2 minutes to get strong in the gym, or good at any sport. But I always got bored and gave them up, even though I was good at them all. So it's like some sort of self-defeating attitude. Right? And, so I'm naturally talented. I've got, like, extremely good vision. I did a vision test. She said it was the best eyesight she's ever seen. Like, a very good peripheral vision. And my IQ's high. Right? And I'm not tall, I'm not short, I'm like average height. So I'm like, the eldest brother, and I had the most potential. And out of all of my friends, I had one of the most potential out of all of them. Like, I was helping them at school, even though I didn't go to school. Like, I also didn't do my exams. Hectic life, right? But I'm not like the person at school who had no friends, or completely not a nerd or anything like that, or was bullied. I would have defended people against the bullies. I was like one of the toughest people. I still am tough. Like, tough. Like, if I wanted to fight, I'd still be tough. Like, I'm not like one of these like hunchback cave dwellers living in their mother's bedroom with low testosterone, bad at sport, low IQ, like, incels, like, that just sit in the bedroom all day crying. I'm not in that state, right? And I'm having all of these troubles. So, if I'm having all these troubles, what's it like for other men? It must be, it must be 10 times worse for some of them. I don't know, like, maybe it helps you if you're not that good anymore. Maybe, like, because I come across as if I'm really arrogant and entitled because of that. I look at most women and think they're beneath me. Like, I see other men looking at women and trying to get on with them, and I think they're, complete SIMPs. They're simps, like, the effort they put in. I think the woman I've women that used to go with me, most of the time they did the work. Like, so putting in the effort to get a woman for me is like blasphemy. It's just like, not a decent transaction. I think I'm the prize. I think they're usually getting more from me than I am from them. Like, I always base these judgments on my talents, like my natural talent for things that didn't come to fruition because I didn't stick at them, and my IQ and things like that, and just general health. I have no health problems. So I always think that most women are beneath me, and I wouldn't put the effort in. There's other men that think like that too. So maybe it's better for some men who are uglier than me and who are less talented, because they put more effort in and they don't expect as much, and they're not as serious. Like, they're more willing to sell themselves out and put on a fake smile and pretend to be happy and extroverted to get, because, women are all into this positive thinking these days and happy clappy stuff. They're willing to bend themselves to their demands because they see them as the prize. So maybe they're in a better position, like, than me because of that. Maybe that helps them. But what about the ones that are really FUCKED, the ones that, the ones getting plastic surgery because they think they're so ugly? Like, I wonder what it's like for them, because I've always had, most of my life I was used to being reasonably popular and having, some women, but they've gone through their whole life having none. So if I'm counting down the days to death, like, I actually think my life's going to end not very far into the future, because, loneliness, which is what I'm suffering from, and desiring things that I won't probably get, can't even finish that sentence. That's affecting my life not as long. So it's the past 10 years, maybe. I don't know, 5 years. But that's been affecting some men for their whole life. What's that like for them? That must be so bad, because if I've been counting down the days till I die for the past 5 years. But what have they been doing? Like, how do they keep suffering? Like, what's the point of all this suffering? There's no light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, God. I don't know the point of this video is. I'm just telling you that, this is just a personal example. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just telling you how it is. But, what kind of suffering are other men having and going through, enduring because of the system? Like, they might even have always suffered in this way, no matter what system has been implemented. But obviously a lot of suffering is coming about because the system's so broken. Yeah, it's just wondering, like, that's all it is. I'm ending this video now. It didn't really have a point. It's probably boring, but I don't care.